There is a proverb: the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Today's word of God reminds us that it is action that counts. A newly ordained priest, in his new fervor, saw the need to start a Bible study class where people could learn to read the Word of God and deepen their discipleship. At one Sunday Mass, he presented this idea to the people, and he received an enthusiastic feedback. It is a wonderful idea, they all said. Then this new assistant priest went and told the parish priest that the people are happy and receptive with the idea of starting a Bible class. Then this older and more experienced priest told his assistants to rephrase the question and ask the people again. The next week, the young priest asked the same parishioners who would like to sign up for the Bible class. Please raise your hands. Only 10 hands went up. Saying yes to an idea is one thing, and doing what is required is another. The meaning of the parable was crystal clear. The Jewish people were the ones who say they would obey God, but didn't. The tax collectors and prostitutes and sinners were those who said they would not obey, but then repented and did obey Him. So we are dealing not with two individuals, but with two sets of people. Jesus was not really praising either set of people because both sets were imperfect, but He was saying that one of them was better than the other. Neither son in the story acted in the way that would bring joy to his father. Both were unsatisfactory. But the one who finally obeyed his father would be the son who immediately obeyed his father's orders. There are truths in this parable which go far beyond the situation in which it was first spoken. It tells us that generally there are also two common classes of people in this world. First, there are people whose profession is much better than practice. Profession and practice. They will promise anything. They will promise anything, make a show of piety and fidelity, but their practice lags far behind. Second, there are those whose practice is far better than their profession. They may even be atheists and materialists. They may not talk much, but somehow they are found doing kind and generous things, almost in secret, anonymous, as if they were ashamed of it. They profess, they have no interest perhaps in the church, in organized religion, and yet in practice, they live more and better Christian lives than many professing Christians. The real point of the parable is that while the second class are preferred to the first, neither is anything like perfect, because the really good man is the man in whom profession and practice meet and match. So as Christians, we must practice the faith we profess. So every Sunday during Mass, we make the profession of faith afterwards. I believe in God. Whole Christian faith is summarized in the creeds. And of course, ideally, when we leave this church, we live the faith that we profess. And for our SFA, we have a general guide in the 8 habits. We leave this church, we tried to live the 8 habits, the faith expressed and embodied in 8 habits. We live it. And then on Sunday, when we come for Mass, we celebrate the faith that we live from Monday to Saturday. Why we use the word celebrate? Because it is a liturgical celebration, sacraments, we celebrate. And then when we celebrate our faith, we are energized to go out to live our faith more intensely. A joke about religious vows, joke by the diocesan priests. Sometimes diocesan priests like to joke, you religious profess the vows, we diocesan live the vows. So this parable also teaches us that promises can never take the place of performance. Fine words are never a substitute for fine deeds. The son who said he would go and did not had all the outward marks of courtesy. In his answer, he called his father sir. Yes, sir, with all respect. But a courtesy which never gets beyond words is a totally illusory thing. True courtesy is obedience, willingly and graciously given. So the Christian way is in performance, not promise. That the mark of a Christian is obedience, graciously and courteously given. So, regarding the two attitudes, the attitudes of the two sons, as I say, both are not good. For example, you say you will come, but didn't come. So in future, how can I trust your words? The other one, by right and by duty, you should come. And then you give lame excuses and say, no, I cannot come. And when you say like that, how can I know? How can I be sure that you will change your mind and come later? You say like that you cannot come, then I may have to take your word. I may have to take you for your word and not take chances that you might change your mind and decide to come. So in that sense, both sons are not good. So which of the two boys would you have as an ideal son? The one who bluntly said no to his father's face, or the one who said yes and does not follow up on it? The answer is none of the above, because ideal sons and daughters are those who courteously say yes to their parents and then go on to do what is commanded or advised. This is what we should aim to be as good Christians. We profess our faith both in word and deed, knowing that, as Jesus said, not all those who say to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of my Father. It is action that counts, not talk only, but no action.